This video may contain spoilers because Mia doesn't know how to shut her mouth sometimes. This is Mia, and Mia loves to read, especially now since spring has arrived. Therefore, she will share 3 books that she thinks you should read this spring. Of course, you don't have to, but if you like the type of books that Mia likes, then you should give them a chance. The last part of the video is just a March reading wrap-up. So without further ado, let the spring magic begin.
Aren't we fashionable today, my lovelies? Hello, lovelies. Hi. Hello, my fellow book lovers. Excuse the noise if you can hear. My mother is vacuuming. Just a moment, I need to find my notes. And yes, I am an iPad kid. This video is all about book recs, and I will try my best to keep it spoiler free. At the end of the video, I will do a March reading wrap-up. A very late one, because I just started this book series and I hope you like it so far. Sorry, my posture is really bad. I saw in my last video I was sitting like this the whole video. I know, I need to work on it. So today we're wearing a cheaply made corset, because corset, they're expensive. But anyways, let's get into this video. One of the book series that I am recommending today, I don't have here. My sister is currently reading those books, but I put the picture of the book on the screen when the time comes. We need Miss Daisy. Where are you, Miss Daisy? First book I'm recommending today, which I will always recommend you, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I recommended this series in my last video as well, because it's really good and you should read it. And I think this book is really suitable for spring, considering it's set in the spring court. So today I actually wrote down some notes, so the video is not gonna be so chaotic as it was last time. I was trying to give you book recs. So if I'm looking a lot on my iPad, it's just because I'm looking at my notes. So in A Court of Thorns and Roses, we meet a girl named Feyre Archeron. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. She kills a wolf in the woods, which apparently was a fairy. Then a creature comes to her home to tell her she needs to pay for what she has done. And the creature is actually High Lord of the Spring Court, Tamlin. She gets 2 choices: die or live with him for the rest of her life. Really good. So I highly recommend this book for spring. And the next book I'm recommending to you is Flappy Entertains by Santa Montefiore. I don't know if this book is actually set in spring. I think it's set in summer, but I'm still gonna recommend it for spring, because this book is just really like cozy, and the female main character is a bit older. I think she's like around 50 or 60 years, I am not really sure. But this book is like a book I would probably read in like the end of May, but it's still like really good, and it's giving me like spring vibes or late spring vibes. In this book we follow Flappy Scott Booth in her impossible perfect life. Flappy is... Skal du komme? Hei, kom da. Skal du si noe? Du er så søt. Ja, du er så søt. Nå sett deg ned da. Å, så flink. We have got a companion. Hello. Å, så fin du er. Okay, I am getting sidetracked. Flappy is the queen bee of Badley Compton until Hedda Harvey Smith and her husband Charles move into the village. Flappy is determined to show her how it's done, but then she looks a little too close into Charles' beautiful green eyes, and her focus turns elsewhere. I like this book because it's just really cozy, and I don't know, Flappy is just living her life, and yeah, I don't know, I actually really like this one. And the next book I actually don't have here, as I said in the beginning, but the book is called The Selection by Kiera Cass. Hi! And that book just gives me like Bridgerton vibes, and when they're like having like tea parties and stuff in their dresses. It's really exciting, and when I read it, I couldn't put the book down. I think I finished the first 3 books in like a week, and I am a slow reader. Okay, so let me tell you a little about this book. 35 girls joined the selection, and one of them is America's singer. For America, being selected is a nightmare until she meets the prince. They all live at a palace and compete to win Maxon's heart, and some compete for his power, or the queen's power. And America realizes that the life she's always dreamed of may not compare to a future she never imagined. I think you should read that book. So all 3 of the books got romance, but I think this one is a bit spicier. But that is all of the books I can recommend you. I haven't read a lot of the book talk books, but I know there's a lot of good books out there. That's even better. I haven't read a lot of the book talk books. I am really new to book talk. I've read my entire life, but didn't discover book talk until like last year, I think. So if you have any book recs for spring, comment them below. And now over to my March reading wrap-up. So the first book I finished in March was Two Twisted Crowns. I took really long to finish it because I was in a reading slump, but I really love this one. It's really exciting. Rachel Gillig knows how to write books. She does. I'm in love with this series, and it's only 2 books. This is the second one. The first one is One Dark Window. I talked about it in my last video too. So if you are more curious about this book, then you should check out my other video. And I also read the selection series where I finished the first 3 books in a week. So I read The Selection, The Elite, and The One. I started 4th Wing 2 and finished it. This was 6 stars. You should read this one. I talked about this one too in my last video, so go check that one out. And lastly, I will talk a little bit about The Assassin's Blade. I finished this on my readathon video, and I didn't really talk about it because I was unsure what to say. I still am a little bit unsure, but I'm gonna try to share my thoughts the best I can. I always need some time to process things, and since I read this during a readathon, my brain was really smashed. So this book, it's got 6 short stories. We have The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, The Assassin and the Healer, The Assassin and the Desert, The Assassin and the Underworld, The Assassin and the Empire. Those are the short stories. My favorite one was The Assassin and the Desert. So this book is based on like before Throne of Glass, but it's written later. I think it's written when did she give this one out? 2014, I think. 14. The book is about Selena Sardathian. Oh, she is such a badass. I love her. And she is her kingdom's most feared assassin, and I love that she's just so cocky. And she works for the powerful Assassin's Guild and its scheming master, Arobin Hamel. She yields to no one and trusts only her fellow killer for hire, Sam. Oh, it's so sad with Sam. Yeah, I feel bad for her because she has had to go through a lot, but I actually didn't cry, which I think was because I accidentally spoiled the book for myself because I went to Pinterest and wanted to like see how Sam looked like. I should not have done that because I got the biggest spoiler of the book. So don't do that. Okay, don't do that. So I think that was the reason I didn't cry. I know a lot of people say to read this third, but I'm really glad that I read it first actually, because then it's like easier to understand Throne of Glass. I haven't finished Throne of Glass yet. It's going really slow because I've just like, yeah, I don't want to rush it, you know? I think I am almost halfway through Throne of Glass. And yeah, it's really starting to become exciting. So I would really recommend this series as far as I've come. I haven't read the rest, but I think it's gonna be really good. Yeah, and that, my loves, is all for this week's video. I think this video was a bit easier to record because I actually wrote some notes. Something I really regret in my last book talk video was I rated my book boyfriends, but I forgot to like put in the picture of them. So when I'm doing an updated one, I need to remember to do that, okay? Future Maya, you need to remember that. But anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Bye, lovelies. Skal du si noe? Mjau, mjau. Åh, koser du med den? Åh, ja. Do you guys want to pet her? Hallå! Åh, vad du kos. Alltså, heldig tittar jag på kos. I was debating if I was gonna wear my fairy wings and elf ears in this video, but yeah, I think that would have been a little much. Hi there! Meow meow! Åh, du är så fin, titta. Åh, du är så fin, titta. Åh, så fin du är. I know exactly who and what you are, Violet Surricane. Can you guys see that? I don't know, I'm blind. Sorry. I took the fourth wing quote and hung it up on my letterboard. I actually hung the letterboard up myself.
I'm such a handyman.
A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without a dragon is dead. Article 1, Section 1, the Dragon Riders Codex. Every time I see a dragon on the TV, like yesterday I was watching Game of Thrones. I made it to season 2. And yeah, the dragons were born and I almost cried. Yeah. It's a sad world we live in without dragons. Someone on Instagram talked about that dragons might exist because of like old folklore and stuff, or Norse mythology, and that their frequency is so high and therefore humans can't see them, and one day we'll be able to see them again because our frequency will rise. I don't know, I don't know if I really understood what she was talking about, but if I get to see a dragon, you know I will take it. I'm gonna end this video now. Thank you if you watched this far. I'm gonna try and get out of this corset now. Look how pretty my outfit is. Whee! I'm getting dizzy. Goodbye, my fellow book lovers.
Bye bye for real now.